Hey gang, what's good? Welcome back to Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. We are out here in sort of the center of Migrant's Teeth, which appears to be some sort of, I guess, endgame area, right? Which, fair enough. You know, I was kind of expecting it to go sort of like, the further you get east on the map, the closer you get toward like endgame stuff, but I guess it's top right corner, so the further you get from like Port Mage and all that, which kind of makes sense, right? Because you start down at Port Mage, so naturally, like, the further you spread from Port Mage, the more difficult things will get, because, hey, you know what? Oh god, where's it? Yeah, Junvik Village, way up here. Pretty fucking tough shit going down there in the Drowned Barrows, which we will get back to later, because for now, we need to head on back to Udida? I'm not sure. Back at Dunnage. Thankfully, I totally remember where this person is at, because in the quest log, the journal here, it totally doesn't say. Where it says, yeah. For once, it doesn't say where Udida even is, or Udida. Oh no, wait. Oh fuck. Alright, yep. They thought of everything. They fucking got me. Alright. Now all these people, we don't need to fuck with, do we? No, we're fine. Alright. Let's continue on down here. Yeah, we ran into the Rathun, who were a bunch of wild-ass folks. I don't know. Actually, before we do that, I was sort of, like, ruminating on reading more of the bestiary? Are they in here? I wouldn't mind, like, skipping ahead and just reading about them. Are they, like, vessels? No, Wilder, maybe? They are! They are Wilder! Alright, let's see. Oh, look. Huh. Yeah, they totally have like a Viking situation going on, don't they? Okay. Yeah, let's just read about this real quick. I think we should go through the bestiary and all that. And then whenever we get a new update, we can read it as we get it. We probably should... Maybe we did do this from the beginning, because part of me remembers doing it. Maybe I just completely forgot. Oh, God. Alright, but nonetheless, Rathun, we're reading it right now before we forget about them. Alright, and here's their fun little picture. An isolated and extremely hostile race. Not much is known of the Rathun, who guard a chain of islands named Migrant's Teeth. These fire giants are fiercely devoted to the goddess of war, and some believe it was Migrant herself who formed them from Aora's soil and her own flames. Self-proclaimed champions of the goddess, they will fight to the death rather than submit to any kith. If ever you spy one of their longboats on the open sea, about face and sail full tilt away. Excuse me. The Rathun prefer to take a ship's crew alive, so that they may be sacrificed to the Ancient in the volcano. Oh, fuck. Yeah, so, longboat and all that stuff, yeah, definitely Viking-inspired. Huh. Very fascinating stuff. Right? Weird. I wonder if this is where the main campaign ultimately ends, right? I would assume so. It feels that way, doesn't it? Like Aethys is heading there for some reason? I don't know. Let's see, anyone else got anything going on over here? Nah, not really. Let's see, let's turn on our Control-T there to turn on extra details. There we are. Keep going over to Dunnage. Yeah, I think we'll do as many bounties as we can without messing with more of the Rathun. Oh, look at this place. Yeah, we have not been here. Man, there's still a lot left to be explored. I'm not sure. I feel like we're either just now at the halfway point or a little bit beyond it. I'm not sure. Or approaching it. We're somewhere around there, give or take. Alright, Lifter's Refuge. Head over and speak to Udida. Turn all that stuff in. Here we are.
Is everything quite all right, Aloth? You have been troubled since we left the Spire.
It's Flaunay's project. Can you imagine what a danger that might be in the wrong hands?
Ah. But if we spend our time worrying about everything that could go wrong, we would never accomplish anything.
I suppose you're right.
The Spire. Flaunay. Is that the thing at the Sacred Stair, the spire? Let's see. Flaune. Yes! Oh my god, I fucking nailed that shit! Look at me! Fucking swinging a fucking home run, baby! Alright. Fuck that. I mean, not like in a bad way. Like, yeah, fuck that. Like a good kind of fuck. Alright, Udaida.
What's a good word, Scuttler?
Udaida. Fuck that, but in a good way. Like a nice time, having a good time. Everyone loves it. Totally consensual. Everyone is enjoying it. Udaida clamps her pipe in her teeth and grins. I dealt with Rock Stomper Rodul.
Knowing the Deadfire waters are short, a pirate hunter is worth 10 times its weight in pyres.
Udaida hefts a sack of coins almost too heavy for her to bear. She sighs at being rid of it and returns her attention to her pipe.
Hate to say it, Scuttler, but I'm tapped out. My client's gone awfully quiet, so we're both better off sailing for the next horizon.
She clamps her teeth down on her pipe, and sticks out her hand. Shake her hand. Pleasure working with you, Udaida. There we go. Dope.
Yeah.
Levels for myself and Adair as well. Alright, let's get on back out to the overworld and go to the next turn-in. Let's see, did we need more supplies while we're here? Yeah. I was going to buy hardtack. Let's do that. Let's get... 150. Why not? Yeah, it's cheap as hell. Actually, you know what? Let's get another 150. Oh, let's get 300. Good. And should we get some water as well? 300 as well. There we go. Only 1 grand. I'll do it. Good. Alright. Now, let us leave by sea. Good. Alright, we are back at the overworld, ready to head on over to Neketaka. I just checked in, made sure, did a look. Made sure that we have to head on over to the VTC HQ, then we have to go to Wakoyo at the Fleet Master's place in Brass Citadel, and then we could... Oh, look. The Deck of Many Things. We do have a little bit... No, we need to save. We need to save our fucking money. Stop fucking spending it on all sorts of shit. Alright. Let's go on up here, Neketaka. We should probably hit up the inn while we're here, right? Yeah, let's go to the Wild Mare first. And let's rest, because we are a little damaged. We've got, like, bruised ribs and shit like that. Alright, here we are inside the inn. Let's have a little talky-talk. Oops. Actually just moved us back here. Oh, God. Wow, I can't even speak to this guy.
What can I do for you?
Alright, there we go.
You see
What do
anything you like, you let me know.
And let's see. What do we want? Man, you know, this is pretty useful, isn't it? +1 cast with, well, just level 1. Hang on. I take it back. That is not very useful. I'm looking for more intimate entertainment.
The Wild Mare employs a number of courtesans skilled in satisfying a wide range of tastes and interests.
He throws you an exaggerated wink and points toward the stairs behind him.
You'll find them upstairs. They handle their own coin, too, so no need to go through me.
Oh, right. Okay.
Be seeing you.
We should do that and see if we can get a rest bonus that way. Do you think Maya will mind? I don't know what sort of relationship we have.
Ado, you...
Let's see, you are not the person I need to speak with. Head over here. Yeah, I remember these bonuses from the prostitutes being pretty good, right? We should definitely hit them up for that stuff. We are in some sort of relationship with what's-her-butt, but I don't know how it'll work out. Let's see, what are your bonuses?
Have you come to hear some verse?
Let's see, how much for your time?
100 copper pans, a reasonable fee to experience the sublime words of Adir's greatest poets, don't you think? Come, lay your head on my breast. I will read to you the work of my favorite poet, Skilba.
Oh, wow. But who is Oswald? Man, this must have been a while back and we never thought to talk to her again. Hey, I saved your friend Oswald.
Not from something too dangerous, I hope.
I hope so, too.
Please, accept my thanks. He's a kind old man. I would have mourned to see something terrible happen to him.
She clasps your hands in hers and gives them a little squeeze.
I have little to give you in thanks. Perhaps you'd be amenable to some establishment gossip.
She raises a well-sculpted brow and gives you a cheery little wink.
Constantin, the masseuse, longs to wander the world again. Every time he threatens to leave, Gintel begs him to stay, and every time he promises to remain for just a month more.
I mean, we already solved that.
I wonder what he hopes to find out there.
All right, never mind.
Farewell.
I don't think we did hers, right? We did, like, the Dominatrix's rest bonus, right? Yeah. Was it a good one? I can't remember. They don't exactly tell us what they are ahead of time.
You are a glutton for punishment, I see.
You got me!
I will give you an experience you won't soon forget.
I guess it must be good, right? It's more expensive. That's how it works. All right, let's get
Very
to
well.
it.
Remove your clothing and shut the door.
She runs a hand along her freshly polished stocks while she waits for you to comply with her orders. Goodness gracious. I forget, is there a sound effect?
You may leave.
Oh, okay. Oh shit, we got the rest bonus, but +1 dex, might, and 2 resolve. Oh shit, it's just to the Watcher as well. Man, and it does not fix... Maybe because it's just for the Watcher? I'm not sure. Alright, let's go on back down here. There we are. I wonder if being read poetry and stuff buffs up like our... I don't know, what are these? Are these more physical ones? Yeah! Oh, and I wonder if being read, like, from her favorite poems and poetry book or whatever, we get, like, bonuses to mind-based stats and stuff, right?
Now, what can I do for you?
Alright, I'm looking
See
for a room. We may as well do this, I guess, right? Constantine's room. There we are. Now, am I going to lose my shit that I just got? I feel like we tested this out, and yep, I fucking do. Fuck me. Shit! Alright.
Got it.
Here, I want it back, though. I still want that. Can I have both? Can I double down? Alright, we've quick saved. Look, we have absolutely tested this before. I've completely forgotten. Oh my god. This is terrible. Alright. I want the 1 might and dex or whatever she gave me. Or maybe... No, let's hear some poetry. Why not? Let's do both of them.
Have you come to hear some verse?
Let's spread the money around. I'm interested.
Do you know Skilba? She wrote in the time before Adir's marriage to Kulkin, when the kingdom was fire bright and yearning for a purpose. Now, listen.
Oh, that's how you say it. Coolkin. Yo, if only she... Can I just pay you money to tell me how to say things?
An exquisite poet. Oh, this shall be a rare treat.
Incredible.
Ship at dawn.
Oh.
Its face pressed to the sea's slick lips. My sister and you. A sailor died in lantern light. The wind. My brother's fingers pulling at your hair. His breath hot and boastful. Promising. I, a horizon whose borders your thumb has not traced in years. You, slack-jawed and groaning, your chin in the hard grip of longing, led stumbling through the waves.
Oh, wow.
A pleasant diversion, yes? Visit me any time, my friend.
Oh, yeah, look. Explosives and metaphysics, but 2 perception, which is pretty hefty. You know what? I will take that. 2 perception ain't half bad. Right?
No
Alright.
problem.
Man, so did Aloth get to hear it, or what? I feel like Aloth was really looking forward to it. Alright. We wasted 300 copper pawn, but, you know what? Like I said, spread the love around. There we go. Let's head on over here. And... let's see, Queen's Berth? We need to head over to the headquarters. Alright, here we are. Let's go on over there. Now, we do have this level up on myself and Adair. But maybe we'll wait to expend it in a bit. Once we get... oh shit. It is sleepy time. Let's see. Wait until midday. There we are. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe we'll wait to level up until we're, like, hot on the heels of another bounty. I'm not sure. You know what? Maybe we'll do it right here, right once we do this cut for this load screen. Yeah, totally. Because I almost forgot, when we're on the overworld, we cannot level up, so we'll do it right here. Okay, we are back. I'm just going to show real quickly what we had picked up there. Let's see, scroll down here. Yeah, so we got Weapon Mastery rank 2, which is like, the first one was 10%, and this one only 5%, right? For myself, but Death Blows here, holy shit, pretty fucking impressive, right? Deal significantly more damage when the target is afflicted by 2 or more conditions that allow a sneak attack, which I'm pretty sure, let's see, we just have as a passive, right? We can just check sneak attack here. Can we not? Is it, oh, it's a core rogue ability, yeah. Alright. Yeah, so 60% damage with weapons against targets affected by flanked, which anyone Adair is engaging will be flanked no matter what because of his persistent distraction, I believe, right? Body affliction and mind affliction, which we are going to be piling those on like nobody's fucking business with Seraphim and Aloth. Even if we just had one, would totally be worth it, right? Chances are, anybody we're fighting, we will have 2 dudes on. Or 2, what do you call them on? 2 debuffs that count for sneak attacks, right? Alright, so let's actually check here. Persistent, it is a rogue ability. Yeah, persistent distraction, it does apply flanked, yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, so anyone that Adair is engaged with, and he can engage with quite a few people now, is flanked no matter what, even if we don't have positioning correct. Alright, and then for Adair, got Death Blows as well, because it's just so useful for us, right? We basically are just going to be doing 50% damage almost all the time, unless it's some sort of enemy that is highly resistant to Seraphim and Aloth, right? And like I said, even with just one of them, we're still, chances are, going to get shit off. And then, for his fighter ability, I actually got Unbreakable. So he will self-res if things get really rough, right? And I'm thinking at level 20, I will get Unbreakable for myself as well.
Yeah.
There we go.
No problem.
Alright. How does that even work with Adair's chess piece? Is there some sort of synergy going on there, or can you only have one or the other? I would probably only want one self-res, though, right? And just use a different chess piece, right? Okay. Are we technically in the headquarters? Who the fuck are we looking for? Oh shit, she's on the exterior. Fuck me. Shit, I almost totally just... This happened last time, except I didn't forget. Oh shit. Alright, we'll be right back. This one's a long load screen, so we'll do a cut. Alright, we are back. There we are. Yeah, anywhere in Neketaka, especially Queen's Berth, I think is the longest. All of them have long load screens if you're loading into, like, the Neketaka overworld. And then the Deadfire overworld is also a long load screen. Something to do with, like we were talking about, how the game loads textures inefficiently. Alright.
Ak, my little privateer. You have news for me?
Anya folds her arms and tips her head. I dealt with Desiwa the shark.
Perfecto. For once our service ships may take to the waters without fear. Knowing that is almost priceless.
She strains her back to support a sack of coins and lays it at your feet. Great.
You've taken all the work from the louses of Queen's Berth, and I have nothing more to offer you, save this.
Hesitating, Anya sticks out her hand and tips her head to the side, wearing an awkward smile. Been a pleasure working with you, Anya. There we are. Got a little bit of money again. Man, we're wrapping them all up, aren't we? Let's see, who's next? It's Wakoyo at, what do you call it place? At the Brass Citadel, right? Let's do it. We can also level up Palagina before we zone in over there, right? I like the idea of doing it beforehand in case there's, you know, party dialogue that happens when we enter a new area. Alright, so we will be right back. Alright, we are back here
ready.
at Fleetmaster Wakoyo's place. Now also, in between, when we did all that, not only did I level up Palagina, but I totally re-spec'd her as we were talking about, right? So, we changed a few things around. Nothing too wild. For the most part, kept a lot of the core stuff the same, to where she is, of course, through mode we're immune to all int afflictions, which means she can't be charmed, dominated, or confused. And then she also has her usual thing to where she's just like the perfect answer to whenever the party gets that. And she is, of course, still our healer, right? We've spec'd her all out for that. All sorts of fun stuff like that. And let's see, over here, however, it was mostly in the Chanter stuff because I'd realized, yeah, once we do unlock Mercy and Kindness followed where she walked, I did want to re-spec to where these are our two main chants. Our two phrases, right? Yeah, these are the two phrases that we have going at all times, right? 100% uptime for bonus healing, which synergizes quite well with her aura. Yeah, her aura stuff, and I believe she has an item or two that emits some sort of healing. And then, of course, her own healing via a phrase, right? Very useful. And then it also empowers her lay on hands and greater lay on hands if things get that fucking rough that we need to use it. I wonder if this also synergizes with the Athletics Second Wind. I would assume so, right? That counts as healing. That is healing. It must. Huh. Yeah, it didn't even occur to me. But yeah, that's great. So it also powers up everyone who has access to athletics healing, which I think everyone who might need it has access to, like, at least a rudimentary version. I wonder if that also affects healing potions. It must, right? Man. Alright, Paladin Chanter is just such a wild-ass combo, right? You can go in so many different directions with it, and they all seem pretty fucking strong. Anyway, also here, like I was talking about, got rid of the Drake, just not necessary now. We don't really need it anymore. It takes a while to summon, and even if we decide to upgrade it here, I just don't think that's really worth it either, right? Instead, we have opted for this, which will buff us up. Pretty fucking good, I think. 5 perception, everyone hits a bit better. Dexterity, everyone hits a bit faster. And I think we'll also upgrade that to increase intellect. And then as soon as combat starts, we can have Pallegina hold back a little bit, cast it on the entirety of the group, and then do a shield crack, or vice versa, right? One or the other, depends on who we're fighting, really. And then if she needs something to spam in the middle of combat, I actually opted out of the paralysis because I figured, you know what, Seraphine kind of has rudimentary access to paralysis, and now Aloth does as well, thanks to Gaze of the Adragon, right? So then I went with this, which is versus Reflex, which this, at the sound of his voice, the killers froze stiff, is versus Will, which most of Aloth and Seraphine's are usually versus Will. I think some of them versus Fortitude or even Reflex, but the majority of them, I think, target Will defense. So if someone is strong in those things, they may not be strong in Reflex, so we have another opportunity to do crowd control. Paralyze, I think, is better, right? Because 25% of incoming hits convert to crits. Pretty damn nice. But at the same time, stunning them also increases our chance to hit, just straight up, because they get decreased deflection, right? Less chance to crit, but chances to hit, pretty good, right? And in a way, I guess that does also increase our crit chance, though probably nowhere near as much as paralysis. But like I said, the idea is to have multiple options. And it also has a higher chance of landing because of this accuracy bonus. I'm not sure what the bonus is. It does not say, unfortunately. Right? I would love to know. I'm guessing the bonus scales as player level goes up, but we have no idea, like, what it's currently set at. Right? I have no idea, but it seems great. It seems like we'll have higher chances of getting this off as opposed to the paralysis, right? And of course, Shield Crack, just fucking invaluable. Right? So useful, especially because of the effect duration refresh. It's a lifesaver on Path of the Damned, I think. Where dudes just take forever to fucking kill. Especially, like, boss-type enemies.
Tell me.
Alright.
Of course.
Fleetmaster Wakoyo. Let's see here.
My favorite privateer. Clear skies.
Wakoyo crosses his arms over his chest. Baranga's ship went down with all hands.
It is satisfying to see one of our island cousins humbled for a change. May the others take this as an example.
Ooh, I'm not a fan of that. Wakoyo winces as he hefts a bag of coins and passes it to you.
Privateer, you served Ralatai with distinction. No more could possibly be asked of you.
Wow, that is it! Oh shit, we've done almost all of the bounties except for the ones that send us to, like, Migrant's teeth and shit. Wakoyo snaps his arms over his chest, his lip quivering with pride. Alright, it's been a pleasure, Wakoyo. Great, and we got a level up for Seraphim. Holy shit, everyone's gonna be level 19 just for us to begin
My
the DLC.
pleasure, amigo.
Alright, I guess such is the way of things when you try and do as much as possible, right? Alright, we'll get on out of here, and we have one more to turn in at Sacred Stair. Remember, we did, in fact, fight the Rathun once. We could have done it twice, but it didn't feel right being out there when we haven't had some sort of introduction to that area or those people, right? Felt like we kind of gazed too far into the future. Okay, and we are back.
What for, Cap?
Once again, I have leveled up Seraphim, just as we just got a level on him. Goodness, it's just a time for leveling, holy shit. So I went and picked up Echoing Horror. I was considering getting some of, like, an actual cast that he can use, but a lot of these are ones that have cast times and aren't exactly, like, big on debuffs, are they? Like, this Dazed and Confused is pretty useful with Mind Plague here. I was considering that, but I don't know. Maybe we should. I don't know. Yeah. It is useful, but at the same time, I feel like we're getting plenty of use out of Borrowed Instinct, which is just, like, incredible, right? Borrowed Instinct, and there's another one somewhere in here. Tactical Meld? No. Well, that is... yeah, Tactical Meld is pretty nice. Yeah. Huh. But that isn't what I was thinking of. But yeah, just in general, we have a lot of abilities that we're quick to use. Right? He flies through his Cypher resource now pretty quickly, thanks to us just using Borrowed Instinct more frequently. And down here as well, all of these pretty decent things, right? Like, this would be excellent, but we already have Persistent Distraction on Adair, which is just, frankly, it seems overpowered, doesn't it? Persistent Distraction, where anyone that Adair engages is just straight up distracted. That seems ridiculous, right? And then Brilliant, which seems pretty fucking good, but it has a cast time of 3 seconds. I don't really like that for Seraphim. I want him to be able to fire things off quickly and get back to getting ready to do auto attacks and just being more reactive and using his spells and stuff like that, right? I like the idea of that. And this is like a similar version of that Wizard or Priest ability where you sort of just do a hard CC on someone and completely remove them from combat. Anyway, down here, we have for Barbarian, I'm really thinking about re-speccing him to pick this up. Like, go down this route instead of Spirit Frenzy and all that. Spirit Frenzy and Spirit Tornado. Now that he's kind of crit-based, I think this is the way to go. We'll see. As we get more money. I do want to not go under 20k. But yeah, I'm seriously considering it. But for now, got Bloodthirst, which seems real nice. If he happens to get a kill, he can just instantly attack again. Right? Recovery bar immediately refreshed. Very nice stuff. Alright. Let us... Did I actually go... No, we went above. Okay, well, maybe I could re-spec him.
Done and done.
Alright, but for now, let us head on over here. Up and over to... It is, in fact... Yes, Sacred Stair, where we have to turn this in at. We may yet get another one of these. Right? Oh god, where are you again? You're just kind of out there in the middle, aren't you? Yeah, you're in, like, the open area of the Sacred Stair, whoever we have to turn this bounty into.
I'm relieved Giacomo as well. I know he means a lot to you.
Ah. He was the first person in my life to care for me as a person, not just a godlike.
Yet even he recognizes the dangers his work presents.
Better him than one who does not recognize the danger, Diverus.
Very astute, Pelagina, I think.
Guys, get your supplies here.
Very interesting conversations between Pelagina and Aloth, right? Especially compared to the first game. Did they ever actually talk about anything? I can't remember. I think there was very few bits of party dialogue in the first one compared to Pillars 2, right? They were still there, definitely. I remember hearing them. But not nearly as much as this. In fact, I'm not even sure if it was mostly party members talking to each other or just talking like one party member
Ahoy.
speaking. I'm not sure. Either way, I quite like it. Let's see. We need to head over to... Oh, shit. Where is this person? Who are we looking for again? Okuaro.
Candles
up
and
here?
bombs.
No. Oh, there you are. All right. Oh, right. Yeah, the coin
Hunter?
bond person.
Do you come to serve your coin bond?
Yeah. Okuaru folds her arms and studies you. Give Ernox's head. His flames have been extinguished.
There is great power in a promise kept, and great rewards.
Okuaru hefts a mighty sack of coins and deposits it in your arms without hesitation. All right.
You have served your coin bond with distinction. Go and line your pockets with riches exchanged for promises fulfilled. I will do the same.
Okuaru inclines her head and touches her brow. Nice doing business with you. All right. Cool. Great. And we got a level up for Aloth. Now let's see. I think we've got everything done that we want to do now before we begin the Beast of Winter. Right? Ooh. Should we get... No, we should probably wait until next video to do the Beast of Winter. Oh, look, and we need... It recommends that we bring Yidwin with us. Oh, shit. How exactly do we want to handle that, then? If we're bringing Yidwin with us, who should we swap out? My first guess would be
Ahoy.
we should swap out Seraphim, right? Since they are both ciphers. But perhaps not? Maybe we shouldn't do that. I don't know. Either Seraphim or Aloth, right? It's gotta be.
Aye?
And honestly, I'm kind of leaning Seraphim, right? I am kind of leaning towards Seraphim. Huh. Alright. Should we read the wax-sealed letter, though? No, I think we should wait to do that, right? That way we can have all of the Beast of Winter begin in one video. So maybe we'll just keep it short today? I'm not sure. Kind of unfortunate, but I guess that's just how it pans out, right? Okay. Yeah, sure, we'll do that. But, however, we should do some reading, right? We have a lot of reading we can do. We'll read at least a couple. Now, you know what? I was looking at this stuff, and I realized why it's so peculiar. These all describe, like, optional super bosses that got patched into the game after it came out. And I think after or before one of the DLCs. I think Slayer Seeker Survivor. I think that's the one that they came as, like, a part of. But they were included freely. Right? So these are, I think, like, called mega bosses. Yeah, here. We can read through all this stuff, right? We may as well. We'll eventually go and fight them and all that shit. I think we actually went by one of them at the Crystal Desert or whatever when we were sailing around up there. We came across where the Crystal Empress waits. And these are, like, super challenging encounters, just, like, not much in form of story, but mostly, like, you know, just as, like, a challenging combat encounter, right? If you want it. Entirely optional. And you know what? I do want it. I want us to try and do it. I want to try and do all of them with our story companions and stuff who aren't, like, super optimized, just to see if we can. Right? I mean, sure, we'll try and optimize them to the best of our ability, but, you know, we won't have, like, oh shit, we're going in with, like, everyone has a subclass of Chanter fulfilling different roles. Right? Or a multi-class of Chanter, right? Nothing like that. If we need to, we can do that. We'll probably, by the time we get around to it, we'll have the money, right? Because it seems very much like a max level sort of task that you want to take on later in the game, or at end game even. Anyway, for now, we may as well read about them, right? Seems like they're all, yeah, relatively short. Okay, Pitfalls of the Deadfire, Volume 1, The Crystal Empress. This traveler's guide is circulated for the benefit of newcomers to the Deadfire Archipelago. One passage stands out. Avoid at all costs the spider Belranga. She is a menace to the Isles, a poison-dripping terror of legendary proportions. Her ravenous young swarm unwary travelers, and her rage is nigh unimaginable if a single broodling is harmed. Seek her out at your own peril. The Deadfire Visitors Preservation Society takes no responsibility for harm inflicted by knowing ignorance of the risks, and every effort has been made to keep travelers away from the following coordinates. And then actual real-ass coordinates that we can go to, I suppose, because on the overworld, we do actually have legit coordinates. A map of Baranga's position is marked off with a wax seal in the shape of a skull. It points toward an island west of Andra's Mortar. Let's see. Pitfalls of the Deadfire Volume 2. The Voracious Mountain. This traveler's guide is circulated. Yep, same stuff. Do not dispose of sick livestock by feeding them to Huani O-Hui. That primordial abomination has grown to the size of a mountain, already thanks to misguided pilgrims worshipping it as a god. A dire warning. Huani O-Hui vomits forth a symbiote that injures a motionless host and reproduces on a moving one. Whoa, what the fuck? Simply avoiding the creature at all costs will prevent grave peril, infestation, and probable death. As always, the Deadfire Visitors Preservation Society takes no responsibility for harm inflicted by knowing ignorance of the risks, and every effort has been made to keep travelers away from the following coordinates. Yada yada yada. A map of Huani O-Hui's position is marked off with a wax seal in the shape of a skull. It points toward a lagoon south of Dunnage. Really? We've probably seen that lagoon then, south of Dunnage. Okay. Pitfalls of the Deadfire, Volume 3, Sigil Master Ironic. Alright, yada yada. Sigil Master Ironic is on the loose. She was sentenced for planting deadly sigils in populated areas, and effected her escape with nothing more than a stone game piece and an inkwell. Trust in the authorities and make no attempt to apprehend her. She will have flanked herself in sigils powerful enough to explode unwary visitors on the spot. The Deadfire, same stuff. A map of Ironic's position is marked off with a wax seal in the shape of a skull. It points toward an underwater cave far to the northeast. Oh, probably we have not seen that one yet. Alright, and finally, the Hellfire Colossus. Animancers visiting from afar, do not seek out Durudugan, the Iron Tyrant, for academic research. Death will surely follow. Whoever created this fire-spitting behemoth is responsible for the calamitous inferno it has wrought on the Isles. The Society is unaware if the Ironclad's creator died at its hands, but justice itself would demand that they be vaporized by the very flames they so recklessly stoked. Yep, same stuff. A map of the Hellfire Colossus's position is marked off with a wax seal in the shape of a skull. It points toward a desert wasteland in the southwestern corner of the Deadfire archipelago. Oh, are they kind of like sort of near each corner of the world map? Maybe. Alright, well, let's also read through some books, right? This is just a great time to do some reading, I think. Maybe if you're not into the reading, feel free to see you next time, right? Especially if you're, as many do, watching this in the past and not like as it comes out, right? Alright. Air Glonfoth Part 1, Early Contact. The history of Air Glonfoth before it was discovered by Aediran explorers is poorly documented, and oral accounts often conflict. Some tell stories of an advanced civilization that left, taking all its knowledge with it, leaving ruins of their civilization behind. Others say the Glonfothans themselves developed such power and technology that they all but destroyed themselves, and that is why they will not allow anyone into the ruins on their land. Either way, reliable information about the area of Air Glonfoth doesn't begin until Aediran explorers discovered it in 2602 AI. And don't we know, well, maybe we don't know for certain what happened to them all, but we know that they are the gods right now, right? They are the current pantheon of gods that are, in some form or another, by whatever name you choose, worshipped by all people of Aeora, right? The gods who actually have power and that speak to us and stuff, and when we're like tripping balls and all that. Including Rimmergond, who we will be seeing next time, right? I'd assume so, at least. That'd be very strange if the Beast of Winter was not about Rimmergond. But I think they all sacrifice themselves to turn like nobles or something into gods, which sounds very much like what some of the archmages are interested in or would be interested in, even if they are not currently because they just don't know. Sounds very much like that, right? Like the current archmages like Consulhout or Archimere or whoever might have interest in attaining some type of immortality through godhood. Anyway, we definitely know that a lot of them killed themselves in the creation of the statue that Aethys is currently inhabiting, right? We learned that when we were exploring the 100 Paths of Adnua. They, I don't know, I don't think they exactly sacrificed themselves, but they were sacrificed, maybe not voluntarily, by Adnua's father in order to bring back Adnua or something in the form of the statue. Something like that. Vaguely recall it. Anyway, the Glanfathans were not used to encounters with outsiders before and viewed the intrusion on their land as something of a test. Am I thinking of... Yeah, I'm thinking of Ingwithans. Yeah, Glanfathans are completely different. Glanfath, a territory comprised of the forest southeast of the Bale River, populated indigenously by a group of loosely affiliated tribes collectively known as Glanfathans, and governed by a council of its 6 most powerful tribes. Glanfath is home to a large number of ruined Ingwithan sites, yeah. Okay. Right. There may be some sort of lineage between Ingwithans and Glanfathans, but they are, for all intents and purposes at the moment, a separate people. Right. Yeah. Okay, which Glanfathans hold sacred? The ruins have been at the center of a number of large-scale conflicts with Deerwooden colonists, whose settlements often encroach on Glanfathan territory, and who frequently seek to plunder the ruins for their relics. Right, it's very much a sort of loose analog to real-world North America, right? Anyway, the Glanfathans were not used to encounters with outsiders before, and viewed the intrusion on their land as something of a test. The ruins that covered their land were considered sacred, and these strangers, despite warnings, plundered them, taking artifacts. Glanfathans that resisted were captured and forced into slavery, becoming property of the new colonists. Their people, heritage, and land at stake, the Glanfathans struck back, hoping to drive them out of their lands permanently. Despite their best efforts, more Aediran invaders appeared. By 2623 AI, the Aedirans had established towns, pushing the Glanfathans out of some areas and enslaving any who refused to leave. They tried to leave in peace, keeping an eye on the Aedirans, and, with the exception of a few isolated incidents, it seemed to work. This tentative peace came at a bloody end in 2626 AI. A group of farmers clearing a potential crop field in the middle of an area dotted with many sacred ruins knocked down one of the ancient menhirs. Whether this was intentional or accidental is not known, but this incident started what came to be known as the Broken Stone War. It was short, lasting less than a year, but it was bloody and brutal. Several thousand Aediran colonists died, as well as hundreds of Glanfathans. I actually don't know my real-world history that well, but what exactly went down at Wounded Knee? Is this like a direct sort of analogy to the Battle of Wounded Knee or whatever? It might be. Citation definitely needed. Though the war ended, the attacks on the Aedirans didn't stop. An Orlan named Regd was chosen as Galvan of the Glanfathans. He vowed to make every outsider pay for the injustices done on his people's land. He organized the Glanfathan Fangs and orchestrated a series of attacks over the course of the next 2 years. It seemed Regd's tactics would eventually work and drive the Aedirans from Glanfath, but then they started fighting back. They became far more organized and their tactics less predictable. Fewer and fewer of Regd's attacks succeeded. He discovered a new great grave. Edrang Hadrit had been appointed, someone whose tactics and battle savvy were more evenly matched with his. Eventually, both leaders came to a stalemate, neither able to gain the upper hand on the other. Right, and the Hadrid family is pretty big in the lore. They're a pretty big party member, at least from the standpoint of our character being from mostly the Deerwood, right? Although our origin is from the Deadfire, a lot of our understanding of the world is from a Deerwooden point of view, right? But yeah, Admeth Hadrid, a big deal. Edrange Hadrid must be like the first written about historical Hadrid family member of the Hadrid dynasty, or whatever you would call it. As a result of the stalemate, the hostilities between the two groups dwindled, as there was never a significant result for either side. This led to treaties, developed and signed by both, to eliminate the violence and tension. Regd stepped down as a Galvan and returned to his life. Hadrid set a decree. Looting the ruins of Erglonfoth is an arrestable offense. As a sign of goodwill, Hadrid also tried to outlaw slavery, but this act was struck down by the other earls and the Furstenjernj of the Aedir. Because of this, some incidents of rural violence still cropped up. Hadrid treaties resulted in 20 years of relative peace for the Glonfothans, still wary and distrustful of the Aedirans, but willing to accept their presence if they had to. So it almost comes off like Edrange Hadrid is like a loose analogy, like not to a T, but certainly in this like latter paragraph is like analogous to Abraham Lincoln, right? Like specifically with the, trying to outlaw slavery. Except it doesn't seem like there was ever any sort of civil war that occurred. I can't recall. There may have been. Yeah, there may have actually legit been a civil war that went on. Because the Deerwood does not yet exist. Right? The Deerwood splits off from the Aedir Empire. Alright, yeah, it'll be very interesting for me to read through all this again. Okay. Do we actually have Erglonfoth again, or another book on them? I'd be pretty into seeing that right now. No, we do not. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, books, some of these books have been harder to come by. Specifically ones that were easy to come by in the first game. Fair enough. Alright, should we also read The Light of Dawn, a Raid Siren Morality Play, Part 2, Compassion and Judgment? Oh god. Why not? I think this is we only get Part 2. It might be the case. Part 1 may not exist. Or it might. We've gone on for a while with this in our inventory. We may as well read it, right? Okay, The Light of Dawn, a Raid Siren Morality Play, Part 2, Compassion and Judgment. They walk back to the first location, leaving the starving man behind. They approach the injured man, who lifts his head and winces. Injured man. A balm? A salve? Surely you know compassion. Surely you can spare anything, even your time, to help me. Male. This man is injured and cannot help himself. He is certain to die if someone does not apply ointment and bandages to his wounds. Such compassion could mean his life. Female. You owe nothing to this man. Surely his injuries are the judgment of his god. He has been tried and found wanting. His punishment is none of your concern. Male and female. What will you do? The man weighs his options, then kneels down beside the injured man. He administers ointment on the man's wounds and wraps a bandage around them. Injured man. Bless you. May the compassion you show to those less fortunate be shown to you all your days. Male and female. Why did you dress the wounds of the injured? Man. I saw a man who was bent and broken. It is not for me to say he has no right to his health, only to help heal if I am able. I have the time to give, so I give. If I can help in a man's rebirth, it is my duty to do so. Male, aside to female. He knows compassion, even disguised as an injured man. His spirit is willing. Female, aside to male. Even those with a willing spirit can refuse those in need. Male and female. We will continue our journey. This is probably Berth, right? because they sort of represent, like, the same being. Let's see. They walk to the center of the stage where the beggar, starving man, and injured man now stand. Male. What say you three? What is the nature of this man's soul? Beggar. I am charity. I know the mind of one who gives freely. This man was willing to give his last coin. His mind is righteous. His soul is pure. Starving man. I am generosity. I know the heart of one who withholds nothing from those in need. This man was willing to give me his last scrap of bread. His heart is giving. His soul is pure. Injured man. I am compassion. I know the spirit of one who will sacrifice for the greater good. This man was willing to stay with a stranger and care for him in his time of need. His spirit is merciful. His soul is pure. What say you, Migrant? Oh. Female. The trial is complete. The judgment has been made. The decision is final. This man has shown charity, generosity, and compassion to those in need. His soul will be reborn. What say you, Aethys? Male. The judgment is final. The decision has been made. He turns to the man. Be on your way. Your soul's transformation has begun. Welcome, the light of the new dawn. Wow. I feel like we read this one before, and there was in fact a part 1 that we had read. Right? Not in this game, but in the first one. In Pillars 1. Yeah. I don't know, it seems very familiar. In fact, we already had one in our stash, so maybe we did in fact read it. In this game as well. But not the part 1. Weird. Huh. Very interesting stuff. Alright, well, like I said, when next we come back, we will be ready for the Beast of Winter. Until next time, please take care of each other.